So a little birdie told me you want to learn how to tow a 4th gen Dodge without the need for dollies or dropping a drive shaft. This is a 1-ton. It works on 2500s, 3500s, all the way up to 5500s as long as it's 4-wheel drive. Let's get into it. So obviously the first thing that you're going to need is a tow truck, something to tow with. I've got my wheel lift here. This is about the heaviest thing I can physically tow with my wheel lift. It is a 4500. I've got the bigger crossbar on this, and I've towed it before. This is my personal truck, so just bear that in mind. I have towed it before, but anything I tell you in this video, if damages happen, that's still on you. You always got to make sure there's nothing wrong with the rear end, especially if you're leaving tires on the ground. Always double and triple check everything you do. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's hook this thing up. So now that we got the scoops on the truck, let's hop up into the truck and go over what we actually need to do. So we got the scoops on, and I always put the pins in the scoops themselves because we got to put the truck into neutral and I don't want it rolling away. With those pins in, if the truck tries to roll back, the pins will catch the scoops from pulling out of the wheel grids. So let me flip the camera around here and we'll get started. So starting off, we've got our Dodge, we've got our key. We're going to want to push the start button without our foot on the brake. We're going to want to get into the run position. So now that we're in the run position, you should see that we're in park. Put your foot on the brake and put it into neutral. Take your foot off the brake. If you're going to roll, this is where it's going to happen, so just be careful of that. Then we're going to come down to our dial here. With our foot on the brake and the truck actually in neutral, we're going to want to press and hold this neutral button. Press and hold, roughly about 10 seconds. The light should come on, start flashing, and on the dash it should say neutral there. Then, this is the key part, we put the transmission back into park without the truck running. You don't want the truck running for any point of this. We then turn the ignition off, and what I always do, just to double check because I like to be thorough, I turn the truck back on into the run position, let everything go, and I'll get that pop up. 4-wheel drive system in neutral with the little neutral light down there as well. So now I know the transmission is in park and the transfer case is in neutral. So let's get back out of the truck and carry on. So we got our scoops on. All we gotta do is pick this thing up. I'm just putting my gloves on just because, you know, I like to keep clean hands when you can. So we're gonna wanna tilt up. With the transmission in park, the truck shouldn't go anywhere unless the transfer case is in neutral. So let's see if she rolls. Now that we're tilted up, when we pick this up, you should see the back tires starting to roll. If we were still in park, you would not see that. Just to confirm, let's bring the truck in. We're rolling, rolling. Always gotta watch your boom to the hood of the truck, no matter what you're doing. Roll back, check the tire on the driver's side, you check the tire on the passenger side. I know there's nothing wrong with the rear end of this truck, so I'm good to go this way. But if there was, you'd want to make sure you're made aware of that, and you wouldn't want to tow with the rear tires on the ground. You'd want to put it on a bed or something. So I'm not sure if you just saw that there. I extended the truck out a little too far for what my wheel lift wanted to suck in with. So all I did was I put a little bit of weight on the ground, just enough to where I'd be able to suck my wheel lift in. And then as I was sucking in, I tilted up just to get it past that point. So now that we're picked up to our correct height, this is where you go ahead and put your stops in, your safety chains, your tow light, any securement that you need for the wrecker that you're in. Make sure your wrecker can always withstand the weight that you're putting on it. Don't overload your wrecker. Don't overload your flatbed. Don't overload things. Overloading things isn't good. I know what this truck can do. I know how heavy my pickup is, so I'm good to go down the road. Just before I set this truck back down, that's all you do in reverse. You would set the truck back down, leave the scoops attached because the whole truck's neutralized right now. Once the weight of the front end of the pickup is back down on the ground, put the truck in neutral, press that neutral button again. That'll put it back into two-wheel drive high, shift the transmission to park, turn the truck off, and then I always, like again, I said, double check it, turn it back onto the run position, make sure everything's in park and in two-wheel drive and it's not going to roll away. Come back out, kick your spoons out, and see you later. On to the next one. Anyways guys, found this helpful, informational, let me know down below in the comments. Hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to start doing a little bit more towing videos on my channel here, so make sure to stick around and keep up to date with all that good stuff. Ring that bell if you want down there. That way you get notified every time I upload. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.